You ever had a moment in your life where your world was just turned upside down and the rug was pulled out from underneath you? That happened to me. I was in my third season of playing professional football out in Europe. On my way home from Italy, in between seasons, my father passed away from a 4-year battle with Alzheimer's. He was only 62. Not only that, I didn't even get to say goodbye. He died before my plane even landed. So I packed up all that grief and guilt from my father's passing, along with the stress of becoming a new father, into this nice, neat little ball and just buried it as deep as it could go. I reluctantly decided it was time to give up the football dream and take on responsibility, or at least what I thought that meant. During the next 16 years, I mastered Stoicism as a tool for an international business career. Never showing weakness, never getting vulnerable, being a chameleon in just about every situation. Years of pretending that nothing happened caused me to lose myself. I was no longer that 22-year-old me, and it was exhausting. I think I was stuck in someone else's version of success for so long, it felt like I couldn't get out. Although I made that choice, it was a path that I felt forced into. You know, it's so much easier to say no all the time than it is to take a risk. Oftentimes the risk isn't even all that big. We just don't realize it because it seems on the surface like it's something that we won't be able to do or be good at, or it just takes us out of our comfort zone. So fast forward to 2012, I was given a life-changing opportunity to be on a reality television show called The Moment that aired on USA Network. The show explored what would happen if I was given another chance to coach football, since that career path got derailed. I don't really know what compelled me this one night to fill out an application for a reality TV show. I believe the universe just drew me there, led me there, because I needed a long, hard look in the mirror. Suddenly, I found myself jumping off a cliff, so to speak, cliff number 1, faced with bearing it all for the world to watch. Over a long week of intense filming on the campus of Notre Dame, I faced very challenging situations that forced some major self-reflection. From learning an offense in a day with a team that I had never even met before, to just coming face to face with my father's death and the resentment of following a different path. It was an emotional roller coaster, providing some much needed personal growth. As a result of that show, the university actually offered me a job, a 6-month shot at making an impact in South Bend, Indiana. Well, I said yes, and then came cliff number 2. Somehow, I had to convince my 2 business partners to let me take a hiatus from the company and still pay me. Well, I did, and it was the experience of a lifetime that I would do all over again in a heartbeat. As for my 6 months at Notre Dame, I'm not really one to sit around, so I made a simple promise to myself to just maximize the opportunity no matter what. As a result, I met a few people along the way, from Sam Weich to Kurt Warner, Father Ted Hesburgh, Charlie Ebersol, Brian Kelly, Condoleezza Rice, Doug Flutie, and yes, even Rudy. In my short time there, I actually made a big impact. I'm most proud of connecting the football program with the Center for the Homeless. Each year, they renovate a room for an incoming family, and still do more than 7 years later. I accomplished so much in a short time by saying yes to literally everything. I followed through on the promise to maximize the opportunity I'd been given. I learned that the skills that I had mastered over the last decade actually transferred to this new environment, and I could do anything. I left completely fulfilled, and it made me realize I was happy as an entrepreneur, as a business leader, impacting people, just not in the business scenario I was in at the time. So cliff number 3, I would have to negotiate out of my contract and sell my shares back to my partners, having never done that before. I managed to do just that successfully and started my own consulting practice, coaching small business owners. That move secured another opportunity, a few years into it, I invested in one of my clients. Taking an equity position was another risk that I was just ready to say yes to. I'm now the president of that company, and we have since acquired 2 other businesses, and we're poised for a significant exit in the next few years. Once you jump off that cliff, take that leap of faith, I can assure you there'll be another one to jump off of. It's not always easy, especially not having any guarantee at all for a specific outcome, but the payoff, the fulfillment of personal achievement, the learning experience, when following a path of your own choosing, it's worth the risk. My name is Vincent Moiso, founder of Surthriveal Gear. In my next video, I'll explain how you can benefit from my experience and how you can implement some things in your life to take that leap of faith. Check it out at surthrive.us.